Such a Nerd Podcast. 1.21 gigawatts of stupid.
Welcome back, everyone, to Such a Nerd Podcast.
I am David.
I am George.
I will say he's a dick.
We are singing this whole episode.
This is the musical episode. Yeah. No.
Welcome to Such a Nerd Podcast, where we are fucking stupid.
That's a good intro. All right, yeah, as you heard, that's Josh, I'm David. We do our thing.
Yeah, so what are we talking about this week?
We're talking about fucking Mega Man, we're talking about Metal Gear, and we're talking about Mario Maker. We're talking about Mario Maker.
You had me right up until Mario Maker, then I was like, fuck you.
That's the first thing that popped in. Dude, that shit is like dominating Twitch. It's getting on my nerves.
It really is. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of fun, but really, I don't want to sit there while you explain why you're building your level.
No.
So,
I guess people want to hear about it, though, but whatever.
It's like a fucking mainstream version of Minecraft, as if Minecraft isn't mainstream enough now.
Yeah. It better be. Microsoft only paid $1 billion for it.
They just wanted it for that holotech. That whole demonstration was so based around Minecraft.
It really
was. Is that the main reason they put out this much money for Minecraft?
So, I'm giving you my Mega Man X rejected bosses.
Yes.
You're going to come up with some abilities.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about Metal Gear Solid 5.
Fuck
now
yeah,
that
we are.
We've both been able to put some hours into it and can actually give a full, in-depth review.
And that's the thing. I'll save it. Never mind.
Yeah, save it.
I was literally about to just start on a rant like, and that's the thing. No, we'll wait.
All right. Open up. Shout out to Gary and Kirk.
Hey, Kirk, what's going on? Fuck Gary, dude. He's a jerk.
We love you, Gary.
No, we don't. Josh loves you. I think you're a jerk.
Also, shout out to a fellow podcast of ours.
Ah.
So, the guy who runs it, and I don't know his name, I probably should have got that information.
Wow. Way to go, researcher.
I know, right? So, Amy was working.
Yes.
He came into Amy's store.
Ah.
She started talking about our podcast, and he was like, oh, well, we have a podcast, and we're on YouTube and all that stuff. So he checked us out. He liked us on YouTube, subscribed to us. So
okay.
Shout-outs to him.
Did he leave the name of his podcast?
Yes.
What's the podcast?
Loading Snacks Podcast.
Loading Snacks? Yeah. I'll be adding that on the first break, and I don't mean that like when we say we're going to check something on break.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to add... I'm going to check it out. Definitely. If they're going to check us out, I'll definitely do that.
So he found us on YouTube while he was in the store, and I guess the episode that he picked to play was probably... I don't know, maybe episode 7 or 8.
7 or 8. What was in 7 or 8? Dude, we've done so many now.
I know, right? But no, it was the one where Amy opened with Hadoukening all over your face.
Which I just used last week.
Yes, you did.
What a fucking coincidence.
What a coinky-dink.
Then it's episode 7 because that's the one I pulled it from because I edited that one.
Yes.
I do the odd numbers. You do the even. I noticed that.
Yeah. But no, he heard that and then evidently right there he was like, I'm in, I'm a fan, let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
So
hopefully maybe he can guest on one of our spots sometime then.
We could probably work that out.
Let's see what happens.
All right.
Fuck yeah. America!
The power of commercialism.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Dude, I can't stop using that audio bite.
That's okay, I can't stop with Jesus.
You've done it so many times I had to start using it.
It's great. It's the best Jesus ever.
It's the best. Fuck the real one. This is the best Jesus.
This is the best Jesus.
Oh my god.
Jesus!
Movie news.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
No, I'm not doing it. I almost did it. I don't know why, but that's where my brain goes now.
Alright, so Warner Brothers apparently very interested in a Godzilla and King Kong crossover.
Well, geez, Japan was way ahead of the curve on that one.
Yeah, I think they did it in 1950 54 or 55.
Oh, I thought it was 60s. Probably could have been 50s. Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
But
I don't recall off the top of my head, but it was a long fucking time ago.
Japan's always been ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, they made video games popular.
All right, so how do you feel about that? Because I'm not sure how I feel about
I
this.
don't think that's a good idea at all.
I would pay to see Pacific Rim versus Godzilla.
I was about to say the same thing. That was what I had lined up. It was locked in the chamber and ready to get fired out.
Yeah, like, oh, Godzilla's this unstoppable monster. We need to create Jaegers.
That'd be
Like,
fucking awesome.
That would be awesome. See, here's my problem with this. They've established in this new Godzilla franchise that Godzilla is fucking massive.
Yeah, and
He's 300 feet tall.
King Kong is not that big.
King Kong is about 40 feet.
Thank you to James Rolfe, who originally presented that argument for me.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to look that up.
Well, now, even back when I was a kid and I was watching the old King Kong versus Godzilla, that Toho did, I was like, wait a second. Godzilla's like 100 feet tall. King Kong is like 50 max.
Yeah, Max, I think he was like 30.
But then in the movie, they're the same size, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And that's how I kind of feel about this, is that how can they explain either Godzilla shrinking or King Kong getting that big?
Make 100 King Kongs. Godzilla has to fight 100 King Kongs, all of them proportioned properly.
And then they all join
Junk
hands
included.
together and fucking just make like one big King Kong?
They do a tornado King Kong. They all run in circles until the air just whips around and makes a vortex.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
No, I'm not down.
No, neither am I. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
It's
I
pointless.
agree. Let's not do this crossover, please. And I understand that Legendary got the rights, and they probably were thinking in the back of their mind, hey, we have Godzilla, we can get King Kong. Maybe somewhere down the line we can do a crossover. I'm asking you, please don't do that crossover.
I'd much rather Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually want that, though, so that's not really a good argument.
I think they did it in a comic.
They did do a comic, which is what they were going to base the movie on, but then Ash got pissed. Or Ash. What is his name?
Bruce Campbell?
Bruce Campbell, sorry. Bruce Campbell apparently got pissed off because in the comic he dies. And he's like, look, the hero's got to win.
I recall hearing something like that.
And when they're like, well, this is the way the story is, and he's like, oh, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, fuck this movie, I guess.
All right, then.
I want it, though.
Rebecca Ferguson is rumored to be an early frontrunner for Miss Marvel.
What's up, Fergie?
Fergie?
Yeah, jump out of line. Make room for Rhonda.
I agree. Rebecca Ferguson, she was just in the new Mission Impossible movie, which I did not see.
Which I still want to see because... No, wait, I'm talking about the other one. The one before that you said was good.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol. I still need to see that. And apparently the new one did get good reviews, though.
Yeah, I heard it's really good. I want to see it. I'm just not going to see it in the theater.
I'd still rather... It's a fan thing, I guess. I'd rather Rhonda.
I think so. Yeah.
I think, yeah, the fanboy in me won't let that go because she wants the role.
Yeah.
So, nope, you're denied. Give it to her.
You did hear that she's going to be starring in a remake of Roadhouse.
Yes, I did. I was quite shocked.
I understand the casting choice. I'm just not sure why they're remaking Roadhouse.
I don't know.
Pretty much.
Let me build the hype up with that delay so well. I don't know.
All right.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It could be good. It probably won't be.
Yeah, no.
I'm not a huge fan of remakes. I would say there's one remake of any movie that I'd say was fucking awesome. Evil Dead.
I would agree.
Evil Dead was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like, even I was flinching in the fucking movie theater. Like, are they really fucking doing that?
And just so you guys know, next time we do remakes versus originals,
Oh, that's going to be a tough one,
that's
dude.
going to be one that comes up.
Will it be Evil Dead 2 versus the remake? Because it was...
I've already gone over this in my mind.
Okay, well, let's save it then.
We'll save it. All right.
All right, cool.
So Michael Shannon admits that his Zod has flippers fiasco was something that he made up.
Huh.
So if you didn't hear, Michael Shannon was talking about when he was filming his scenes for Batman vs. Superman, he had these green flippers on because it was something they were going to CGI in. And he made this big thing about it, and Twitter blew up with it. Like, Zod has flippers, what the fuck is going on? Apparently he made it all up.
Do you think he did it just for the reaction to see what
think
would happen?
He did. Yeah. I
He's
think he was just trolling everybody.
I think this is going to be great. Let's see what happens if I say this about this movie we're making. And it's like, what the fuck? I believe it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past... Dude, if I was in that fucking position where they're in, where it's like anything you say, because these movies are coming out, it's like... the audience is going to blow up over everything. It's like, I wore flippers on my hands.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
But then again, because fucking, what's his name? Seaman? Just going to be in the movie.
Seaman!
Seaman's going to be in the movie, so why wouldn't you say you had flippers? Everybody's going to freak out because it's like, oh my god, it's swallowing semen. Damn you, South Park, for embedding that joke in my head.
It's good stuff.
It's a great episode.
Terminator Genesis. We're talking about Terminator Genesis again.
I am terrified at what we're about to say because I really think it was a good movie.
I don't disagree. I think, look, it's not part 1 or part 2. We went over that.
It's still better than 3 and 4.
Absolutely. Leaps better than 3 and 4.
Leaps.
It was released in China 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
It's doing very well in China.
Yes! Thank you!
It's done $346 million.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. There's gonna be a sequel.
It had a budget of, I want to say it was like $150 million. I think it made like 80 to 90 here. So they were like, ugh.
So it tanked here, but when it went overseas, it exploded.
Which is the same thing that happened to Pacific Rim, which a lot of people, again, were very iffy about. Very
I was super iffy about it.
But,
I was super iffy. I wouldn't have even seen the movie if you weren't like, dude, have you seen this? It's fucking great.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I'll watch it. And like halfway through the movie, I was like, why did I never fucking pay attention to this movie?
Yeah, that movie will be seen. Pacific Rim 2 will be seen day 1 for sure.
Yo, fuck yeah. And I am so glad that it went overseas and did so well. Dude,
Yeah.
I was so terrified about the future Terminator. This gives me hope.
Yeah, a little
There
bit.
could be a follow-up, and they could explain the plot holes that they said, look, we have it planned, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
I am much more secure in knowing I might know what the fuck they're talking about.
Our buddy Zack Snyder.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He's that guy to me.
He called Ant-Man the flavor of the week.
Oh.
So this is kind
Being
of
the
like,
guy who, didn't he do like shot-for-shot recreations of comic books when he did his comic book movies?
well, yeah, he did Man of Steel.
Yeah.
He's doing Batman v Superman
Oh, no,
and Justice League.
Then I screwed up because I'm thinking of the guy that did friggin' 300 and Watchmen.
That's the same guy.
Okay, then I'm right. Okay, at least I'm
Yeah.
not totally retarded.
No, same guy. But yeah, he called Ant-Man flavor of the week, so it's kind of just taking shots at Marvel.
So,
like,
whoa, when you
you know.
say, yeah, I just realized what you're saying. It's like, yeah, it's good now. It's not going to hold up.
yeah,
That's messed up.
I think so too, because I
That's
think
why you made a crappy sequel to 300, asshole.
I think before you start lambasting other movies, you should probably make a good movie yourself, like a good comic book movie. And I'm talking about in the realm of DC, because 300 was great. I love
The
300.
original 300, yes. The sequel was just the same thing, but with bigger stuff.
And blue capes
In blue capes, yes.
instead of red.
Yeah, I watched that the same night I watched Sin City 2. Speak of the devil.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's, who is it?
That was
Frank Miller? No.
No, that's who wrote it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. I screwed up. Because who did the original Sin City? Wasn't it him?
I think it might have been him.
I don't know who did the sequel. We check our facts, people.
Yeah, we'll check it on break.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Sin
anyway,
City 2 sucked. The second 300 movie was boring to me because it just seemed like the exact same movie being told again.
I just wanted to bring it up because Man of Steel, I thought was okay. It's passable. I would watch it again.
That's the one thing where we argue because I was like, yeah, it's a great movie because it's the first Superman movie I've actually enjoyed. I didn't really enjoy the old ones. I like to laugh at them because they were that bad.
They're comically bad now when you watch them.
Yeah, but I actually really enjoyed Man of Steel. Superman Returns was garbage.
Yeah, that was garbage.
But
anyway, Zack Snyder, shut up and make your movie. That's what I'm saying.
Oh damn, I'm getting cut off for taking too long.
All right, Krampus. Did you see that?
I want to see that.
Did you see the trailer?
Fuck yeah.
Doesn't
I
not look
need
amazing.
that in me.
So, for those who don't know, Krampus is a horror/comedy movie centered around Christmas.
Yes.
It is like the opposite of Santa. So, Santa brings all the good people presents. He brings all the bad kids Krampus. Krampus
Yes.
comes to kill you.
Krampus isn't taking your shit. And he's got some mean little fucking minions.
Yeah. So, I saw the trailer. I thought it looked really good.
I was super pumped when I saw it. I was like, why haven't I seen something like this already?
Yeah.
Dude, when you see the massive hoof prints and everything, it's going to be awesome. It's probably going to suck, actually. But
you know what?
the trailer's awesome.
It might suck, but I think even if it does suck, it'll still be funny. because it looks funny.
Yeah, the jokes they are spouting off in the trailer are great.
Yeah.
So, all right, Krampus.
All right, Halloween film in the works.
Halloween film?
Halloween film.
Halloween the series?
Yes.
And it's not Rob Zombie.
It's not Rob Zombie.
Nope. Nope.
All
Done.
right, so
That's a dead series. Let it go.
they're not continuing from where Busta Rhymes left off.
Where are they going to continue from?
It's taking place after Halloween 2, the original
Halloween 2. So
Yeah.
they're trying to be all hype because we're making the real Halloween 3.
Yeah.
Fuck you, fuck no, get it off the fucking table.
So it takes place in 1981. It takes place after Halloween 2. Michael Myers has been captured. He's about to be killed. Laurie Strode goes to watch the execution. Of course, shit goes awry and he escapes.
Still, no.
Okay.
Don't want
All
it.
right. Double no.
Fuck no, dude.
All right.
Why can't they just stop, dude? Krampus is original-ish.
Yeah.
It's why can't they do something without being like, well, we're gonna have to piggyback on these guys? It's like, no, just think of something new.
Come on, man. We can't think of new stuff.
That whole story, I bet, could be rewritten with actual characters that aren't in the Halloween franchise.
Why would you pay somebody to come up with an original idea when you could just go back to source material and be like, hey, we can do this over?
I'll probably watch it.
I'll watch it, yeah.
I'm not gonna go to the theater, probably.
No, probably not.
So, dude, that's such a shitty idea.
All right. Summer camp horror comedy, Cropsy.
Cropsy, never heard of it.
Never heard it? Okay.
Never heard it.
It came out with a trailer.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. They say that they want it to be the new Goonies.
Huh.
So it's kind of like I said, it's summer camp horror comedy. So it's like, slasher, just over the top 1980s,
'Cause that's
cheesy,
sick.
campy.
It's got to be aiming for the 80s era, then.
It really is, yeah. But it
I
looks
can dig it.
interesting. Yeah.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Can you dig it? Video game news.
Uh-huh.
No dupes?
No dupes.
No dupes?
No
Deeps?
dupes.
No?
Deep, deep.
All right, Jesus
That's
Christ.
all you get.
We got a new Street Fighter V character.
Yes, we do, and he's very kicky. He's got lots of kicks.
He does have lots of kicks. But you know what? He's got a wall jump.
He does have a wall jump.
He's got a dive kick.
He's got a dive kick. And
He's got a reverse dive kick.
I didn't notice that part.
Did you? All right, so
I noticed he can make a wall of tornado in front of him.
Yeah. No, he jumps over top somebody and then comes back the other way with a dive kick.
So he can cross over a crossover.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so not cool.
So
hard enough time trying to read a crossover to begin with.
this character was revealed with a little bit of controversy, I'll say.
Why do you say that?
So his name is Rashid.
His name is Rashid.
He's from Saudi Arabia,
Yes, he is.
so he's Arab.
Yes, he is.
They revealed this character on 9/11.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything about that.
I wanted to bring it up because the first topic I had is Street Fighter racist? Because when you look back at like Street Fighter 2, like, oh, Dalsim is, Buddhist or whatever. And then, oh, the Japanese guy is a sumo wrestler. Like, they just went with the most basic stereotype you could think
The
of.
American is a military guy.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
super buff.
Exactly. So, and seeing this character come out, and I was like, okay, he's Arab. He's wearing a hijab or whatever they call them. Excuse me for not knowing what they're called.
We do have a lot of ignorance even through our intelligence.
Yeah. So,
That might have been the best thing I've ever said in my life.
so he's wearing like traditional Arab Saudi Arabian garb, and I was like, did they really just go with the most basic stereotype they can find?
Yeah, I question that myself. Because it's not the first time they've done this.
No, it's really not.
It's just it's Japan, man. They don't think the same way we think. I guarantee when they're thinking, oh, we're going to release this, but of course they have Capcom USA who could have been like, hey, just a quick note. You want us to bring this out? You want us to throw this demo out on 9/11? Can we just bring back something that happened like was it 14 years ago?
All right, so here's the deal with this, and I think people are overreacting a little bit. This character was developed in help with one of Capcom's distributor in Arab countries.
Yeah.
So they actually worked with them to develop this character. They had a big gaming show in India, and that's where they wanted to reveal this character. Just so happens the game show took place on 9/11.
Yeah.
That being said, probably still not the best of ideas.
They probably should have held the worldwide release idea out. They shouldn't have gone to fucking the Street Fighter Facebook page and the Capcom Unity page and posted it all. That's where they should have held off. They could have done it at the gaming thing.
Yeah.
Wait for the others.
Wait like a week.
Give it a week.
Yeah.
But it happens. Capcom has always had a wide diversity of ethnicities in Street Fighter.
No, they have.
Known fact.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to just completely ignore a race of human beings just because of something that happened? That's my only argument. It's not a good argument, but, whatever. There was, we'll say, a failure to communicate properly.
There's that, and I mean, there's people that are going so overboard. They're like, Capcom supports terrorism, and of course, people are just, jumping off the deep end, swinging the pendulum far to the other side. And it's like, look, not every Arab person is a terrorist, okay? Let's remember that for a second. That being said, again, probably should have waited a week.
There's one thing we're still pretty sensitive about. It's that.
Yeah, I would say so.
So, I'm still interested to play the character. And
The character looks amazing.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, Capcom, fuck you. I still want the game. I still support the game.
No, when I saw that reverse dive kick, I was like, oh my god, I gotta play this guy.
He zigged when he should have zagged.
Yeah, it looks crazy. Alright, moving on. Let's get off that.
Yes.
7 million amiibos sold in North America.
That's stupid.
Alright,
I
so
really hate this trend of
I agree.
fucking buying statues of characters and putting them on portals. Well, we got 4 of these now. We got what's the original one? Spyro and the fucking
Yeah, and it's
Skylanders, and
Yeah.
then we had Disney Infinity,
Yeah.
and then we had Amiibos, and now we have a Lego version coming out with where you got to build your portal when you get it. You can't even play the fucking game till you build it. What the fuck?
It is DLC disguised as toys.
Yes, exactly. I was just about to say that's what I see it as.
It is. It's DLC.
It's a character. You bought the character. They charge more because it's an actual figure.
Yeah. So instead of paying $5 for the character to get it digitally, you pay $12.99.
Yeah, or $12.99.
Whatever.
Maybe $11.90. 3.
Dude, 7 million amiibos at $13 a piece.
And that's stupid. And
It's a
the
lot of
fucking
moonies.
craziest part about that is the Wii U is the worst selling console of this generation.
Mm-hmm.
It's obvious how that happens. You got people who are like, I was a Pokemaster, now I'll be an Amiibo Master. Gotta catch 'em all.
Amiibo Master?
Amiibo Master. And it's ridiculous. And I do not support Amiibos. I do not support fucking Skylanders. I don't support Infinity. I don't support Lego. If I see that Lego portal, I'm kicking it over. You're rebuilding it.
Malia has not touched Infinity in probably 4 months.
I don't blame her. More props to her.
Yeah, for real. Alright, moving on.
All righty.
Metal Gear Solid 5, not perfect.
No.
It's got a save bug.
Be quiet about it, though.
I will be quiet. There's a save bug. I see what you did there.
All right.
Metal Gear Solid 5 has a save bug. So there's 2 missions, Mission 29 and Mission 42. If you assign Quiet as your buddy, it basically corrupts the save file.
There's potential to. There are people who said they've gotten out of it without that happening, but there is potential to completely corrupt all your save data and lose everything.
Yeah. So don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm going to say, last night, actually, I played Mission 29.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, can't use Quiet on this mission. On the 5th retry, I was like, damn it, I really wish I could use Quiet on this mission.
You're scaring me, Josh.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
I'm not as far as I would hope to have been by this point, and I still really want to get more time on it. What can you do? Life, man.
Yeah.
It's life.
It was really a slow news week for video games because the Tokyo Game Show is coming up.
Oh, of course. Next week's going to be like an hour-long news session.
Yeah, next week's going to be ridiculous. So, yeah, this week, not much on video game news, but only other thing I had that I wanted to bring on there is half of anime convention goers are now female. So this kind of ties into what we were talking about last week.
Does this include the cosplay aspect of it?
Yes.
Okay. Then I completely understand.
So this is people actually buying a ticket and going in, whether they're there to just check things out or cosplay or whatever.
Yeah.
Half of them are female now. So this has gone, again, like we were talking about last week with the video games, it's gone from a male-dominated scene to now, this one, it was at like 49.5%, so it's basically half.
Yeah, it was very close. And then, like I said, I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah.
Works for me. It's better that way.
I think so.
Yeah. What can you do?
There's nothing hotter than a hot nerd.
Yeah. I know. I'm looking right at one.
That's why I tell the official wife of the podcast to always wear her glasses, and she likes to take them off.
Aw.
And it ruins my fun.
Well, she made sure I had mine just for that comment.
Oh,
set them
she
down.
did. Oh, look.
Yeah, gotta
David's
put 'em on.
got his glasses. He's putting them on.
Ugh.
Oh, baby, let's go.
I just got super sick. Let's take a break and make out.
I only had one other thing.
All right.
Wrestling news.
All right. How do I announce that one? There we go.
Jimmy Snuka
Hey, man.
arrested for murder.
What? No.
Jimmy Snuka was arrested for murder of his girlfriend that happened 32 years ago.
What?
I said the same thing. I was like, what? All right, first of all, Jimmy Snuka arrested for murder. Second of all, 32 years ago. Third of all, how is this just now happening? So apparently what happened, and reading through the facts of the case, it was fascinating because they never had any other suspects.
What was his sub name, I guess you could call it? Stage name? The
Superfly.
Fly? Superfly. I knew it was something with a fly.
Superfly.
I remember Snuka.
Yeah. So apparently,
That's my dog.
what happened, as the police report goes, he actually, and this is kind of why they picked him up finally, because his story kept changing over what happened. So he said his wife or his girlfriend wasn't feeling good. He put her to bed. He went to go work. They were doing the TV taping.
Yeah.
He went, did the TV taping, came back, and she had, like stuff oozing out of her nose and mouth.
Ugh.
And that's when he called 911 and was like, what's going on? When the cops originally came there, he was like, oh yeah, we had a fight earlier. I pushed her and she bumped into something. I didn't think anything of it. It was just a little scuffle. That changed to, oh, she slipped getting out of the tub, to, oh, I never touched her. It just kept changing over and over. They never had any other suspects. The coroner did the examination back in, I think this was like 1984 or 5, and was like, this needs to be investigated as a homicide until somebody proves otherwise. Never arrested anybody, never had any other person of interest other than Snuka. Apparently, somebody wrote a story about it. Jimmy Superfly did a biography.
So he basically did something that's going to turn himself in.
He did a biography, and he was like, it was a dark time. I never did anything to her. I never touched her. Yada, yada, yada. Somebody saw that, wrote a story about it. The sister of the girlfriend wrote to the police department and was like, will somebody please look into this again? They took it to a grand jury. Grand jury agreed that he probably did it, so let's go arrest him and figure this out. So, arrested for murder 32 years later.
Oh, because he wanted to make some money by doing a biography.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, especially since that book probably sold a great tens of 20s. Dumbass. Right there, that's where we need Red from fucking that 70s show. Dumbass.
My childhood is being destroyed.
Yeah, all of the wrestlers turned out to be bad people.
Like, Roddy Piper and Dusty Rhodes die, Hulk Hogan's a racist, and now Jimmy Snuka kills people.
He's a murderer. Oh, yes, I said it. He's a murderer.
Alright, I'm tired of looking at these sexy glasses of yours. Let's get to it.
It's make-out time.
Alright.
Too bad we can't find the button.
Button.
Hey, this is David. I don't give a fuck if he's editing and has to talk first.
We are back to...
Yeah, we're back to laugh.
We're back to talk about some fucking Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. I'm ready.
Otacon. We're getting into our Metal Gear Solid 5 review now that we both have hours in and we can talk about it. What have we seen? What do we love? What do we hate?
We haven't beaten it, but it's going to be spoiler-free, so does it really matter? Maybe, because the ending of Assassin's Creed, the original, was fucking terrible. Did you beat the original Assassin's Creed?
Fuck no.
It literally threw everything out the window.
All right.
It was crazy. It's like, you're supposed to be stealthy, you're supposed to you're going around, you're trying to be quiet, you're trying to kill these people, and then all of a sudden it's like, every army is attacking you, kill everyone. And it's like, I'm glad I spent this much time being stealthy just to get to murder everything in sight.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was a complete contradiction of the whole game. It was fucking awful.
Alright.
But Assassin's Creed as a whole is pretty fucking awful. So.
Yeah. Not a great series. I don't know how they keep making games.
I'm not a fan.
No.
Apparently they have a fan base, though.
Yeah.
Fucking early reviews are already rolling out for the new one saying it's reinvigorating the series with what it needed. And I'm like, you're fucking getting paid, probably.
Was it ever invigorated?
I would say sort of with 2.
Okay.
2 was great, but it still had the same control problems that 1 had, where it's like, oh, I'm being chased. Let me try and just run away. And it's like, there's a wall I can jump. The fucking controls have ADD. It's like, there's a wall. Jump on it. And it's like, no, don't jump on it. Run. And it's like, you said you want to climb up and jump across the roof? Yes, me too. It's like, no, just run. Nah, nope, dead. Okay. All right,
Good
you
times.
win.
Good times.
Thank you, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
You're fucking uber disappointing.
So last week you gave some preliminary thoughts. You had played it a little bit, but
I played it a little bit. I've put a good, and you know how much I've played since then till what mission I'm at now.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound far, but I've actually put a decent amount of hours into it.
yeah.
So you've put many more.
So
Many more.
last week, if I recall correctly, you were like, okay, I was playing a mission, I did it one way, it didn't work out, and then I was like, well, let me see what happens if I try to play it this other way, and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, that worked much more efficiently. That's one of the great things about this game, because a lot of games say, oh, you can play it however you want, whatever your play style, you can play it that way, and it's
But in the
like,
end, it usually boils down to do it this way.
Yeah,
if
pretty
you
much.
want to live.
Yeah.
Come with me if you want to live.
And this game, I would say, is the first game that I have played that holds true.
It does. It definitely does. Because every time now, since, like I told you about that, I went back and played it like a day or two later because I never have time. I went back and I was doing this one mission, and it's like, I went through and I surveyed everything, and I was looking at it, and I was like, you know what? Let's just stop and really think about what I'm doing right now. Do I want to just run in from where I am with the intel I have, or do I want to just move along? Do you want to keep going along, collect more information, and see what you can do, or do I just want to be like, this is what I got, fuck it, let's go. And I've learned patience through this game.
Yes.
I've learned as much patience as I've learned from parenthood. You have to really stop and think about what you're doing.
Yeah, you really do.
And
whether you want to run and gun or be stealthy, you have to think about what you're doing.
yeah, in that game, it's definitely, you have to think about everything you're going to do. You want to know what's going on? I still have the one big problem that hits me every time. If I hear sandstorm incoming, fuck it, it's on. I fucking run. It's in. I'm in. It's on.
Yeah.
Everybody's dying. Sandstorm is the word death. It translates to death.
Well, what are you going to do when you get to the next region and there's no sandstorms?
I haven't gotten to that region yet. Asshole. So, but yeah, I definitely, usually, you've seen me play Metal Gear. I like to just be like, everybody's gonna die.
Everybody dies. Everybody gets their throat slit.
Yeah, in this one, I definitely stopped to evaluate and see, all right, how is this going to impact me? Especially now that I've gotten to the point, well, obviously you'll know how far I am if you're playing the game. I have an intel team, they're saying, you haven't noticed these people. They're in this vicinity.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're there. How much of a risk is it going to be if I try to go after the guards I've spotted? There's so much to think about when you're trying to play these missions in that game.
So, should we start off with the good or bad?
Let's start off with the bad, because I'm sure the good outweighs it so much that I'd much rather end that way.
Okay. So let's start off with the bad. So, I haven't run into this problem. You brought it up last week. The controls for running with the horse and
Yes.
running with your character are different.
You know, the funny thing about that is I figured out a way to differentiate that in my mind.
Okay.
When I used to run with the horse, I'd hold the square button. I'm playing it on PS4, by the way. I'd hold the square button because he just keeps it steady.
Yeah.
Whereas instead, I've thought about it and I'm like, okay, tap it to increase it.
Yeah.
Completely changed my mindset on it.
Okay.
Because it's like, all right, speed up. You snap the reins, you keep going. Whereas now, it literally has picked it apart in my brain not to do that. Because when you're Snake, you have to hold it to run. The horse, I have to tap the button.
You do not have to hold it to run a snake. I found
Look,
out.
don't fuck that up
Okay.
for me.
I mean, you do have to hold it as snake.
That's the way I figured it out, and it has not bothered me since.
Okay, all right. Bad for me. There's only a few things that I found that have really bothered me about this game. I'll just get it out the way. It's best game ever. For
No,
sure.
definitely best game ever.
Yeah.
I love this fucking game.
So let's get that out of the way. So it's best game ever for both of us. Here's the bad. Number one, I haven't noticed the music.
What do you mean?
Thinking back to Metal Gear, Harry Gregson Williams has done all the Metal Gear soundtracks.
And they've been super epic.
I don't even know who does the music in this game. I don't know if it's Harry Gregson Williams. I couldn't tell you because I haven't heard it.
I know who it is. It's Europe.
Okay, it's
The
your.
final countdown. I find a lot of cassettes with old songs I like.
Yes, you can find cassette tapes in the game from the 80s, and it's
The actual music,
Yeah.
and it seems to overthrow everything in a sense, almost. Because when you're doing your drop, you get to pick a song from the cassette you've gathered, and things like that.
Yeah.
Standout points, like when you're facing off with Skullface. Skullface, hey, I'm making up the song as we go.
Okay,
It was a good song, right?
totally.
Best song ever?
No,
Aw.
no.
But in Encounters with Skullface, I can't say I remember the music playing at the time. I'm not sure if there even was music playing at the time where they're doing the sequence.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if there was music, I don't remember it.
No, it's pretty forgettable, and it seems to be like an afterthought.
It really
almost.
does, and that's one of the things that has bugged me, because the Metal Gear music has always been epic.
It's always been a forefront, also.
Yeah,
Like Snake Eater revolved around the James Bond theme,
yeah,
and it showed in the music.
totally.
Metal Gear 4, it used old soundtracks to highlight memories and things like that. And it still had its own soundtrack and everything that pushed forward. You remember it. Metal Gear 5, I remember the music I have playing in my helicopter.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was talking about it earlier and I completely forgot what song that is that drops me off.
Final Count? Oh, no.
Rebel Yell! Rebel Yell, fuck yeah. That's what I remember about fucking Metal Gear musically, is when I'm jumping out of a helicopter, it's the Rebel Yell! You know? And that's, yeah, I can see why you see that as disappointing.
The other thing I find, I don't know if it's disappointing, it's just weird to not have those long cutscenes.
Yes, it is. And also having the fucking codec sequences basically replaced by the audio cassettes that are optional.
You know what? I'm fine with that. I've adjusted to that. So whenever I get a new tape recording, I just go listen to it real quick. It's like 2 minutes long. It's fine.
But when you're talking about the difference between having the big cinematic moments, I would say the good part about that is when they do happen, it makes it that much more important to you. Because the first time that I dealt with It's hard to say without spoilers. Oh, fuck it, it's Metal Gear. The first time you see the Metal Gear, you know it's the Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But they never actually show it, but when it actually happened, you're so used to just, this is our mission, go do this. You do your normal routine, and it just basically stops. It halts.
Yeah.
You're running out, and it's like everything starts to go gray, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then a cutscene starts, and you're like, Metal Gear. It literally, it rips you out of what you're doing in a good way. And I thought that was awesome. You're further than I am, so I don't know how it continues to proceed with everything.
It's a little weird, because, like, really important story moments, they have those cutscenes, but they're not as, like, in-depth and, I guess, cinematic, I guess you would say, as previous Metal Gear games. It's like Metal Gear Solid 4, you want to watch the cutscenes not only because you have to push X to get the little flashbacks, but
Yeah.
they're fucking epic. Like when Raiden is just straight up hacking geckos to pieces.
Oh, he just murders motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Like you want to watch those, and in this one it's kind of like, all right, well there's the Metal Gear, that's cool. There's Skullface. Okay, I know I'm going to have to fight Skullface at some point. That's great. And let's continue the mission.
The thing that does suck about that is, of course, one of the big outcries, for some odd reason, I've never understood it, has been, it's been a hugely cinematic game, and that's why I love it.
Yeah.
And to see that fan base section won over on the people that really like it, because that's what I see it as, is they were so outspoken that they got their way. And it's like, yeah, it just kills you inside a little bit to play a Metal Gear game and be like, when's going to be the next story?
Like, I just did 5 hours worth of missions, and I haven't gotten a cutscene. What's going on here?
Hey, yeah, I can agree with you on that, but at the same time, at least the cutscenes that I've seen so far, they're epic.
They are, yeah.
Which is what you expect from Kojima at this point.
Totally, yeah.
I was definitely hoping for more than I got. But I think, like I said, I think we're the quiet minority on this one.
Have you gone online with it at all?
Every time I go online, halfway through a mission, it just cancels.
Okay. I don't like the online, and here's why. Number one, when you're infiltrating other people's bases,
Yeah.
they have the advantage. Which is fine that the defender would have the advantage because you're infiltrating their base. They have such a huge advantage, though, it's ridiculous. So that's number one about it. Number two about it is, if anybody tries to infiltrate your base, if they kill your soldier, that soldier's gone.
Permadeath?
That's what I've heard.
Random online?
That's what I've heard. And I haven't... That's why I haven't gone online so much. But, yeah, from what I read, and this is not something I read online, this is what it said when I fired it up on the game. They were like, yeah, if you lose a soldier, he's fucking gone.
Now, that would make sense, sort of, if it was something... Because apparently this is random, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're online, somebody can just try to attack your base.
Yeah.
That would make sense if it's something you're like, all right, let's do this. Let me put myself out there. And it's like, instead you're like, running this mission. It's like, oh, by the way, your base is under attack. Let's go do that. And it's like, what? No?
Yeah, like, I have a lot of A-plus soldiers on my combat unit, and I'm like, I don't want to lose those guys. Why would I play online?
Yeah, that makes the online seem so much more... No.
Yeah. So, those are my bad things about the game. Do you have anything?
Now that I've gotten over my control gripes, which was a huge gripe at first... basically, it's close to the same as yours. I wish there were more cinematic moments.
Yeah.
Because it's Metal Gear. That's what I've always expected from it, and I've always loved it. I've never understood the fucking people who are like, I love Metal Gear, but I wish there were less cinematics. And it's like, what? That's what this game has always been about since it came out as Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. It's like playing a movie.
And that's half the fun, is watching that movie. Watching the plot develop, watching these characters interact. But instead, now we're stuck with cassettes and listening to pre-recorded audio. And
like I said, I've gotten over that. That's whatever.
that part doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, dude, it's like there's so many moments where it's like, this would have made a great cutscene.
Yeah.
But whatever. Other than that, no complaints.
All right, well, let's move on to the good.
All right.
Fucking everything else.
Why you got to take my line? I had it written down. You read my line.
Oh, sorry. It was written right there, wasn't it?
Everything about this game is so fucking good.
So the people that say, okay, there's no cinematics, and I agree with this. There's no cinematics or less cinematics, but
There's basically 20% of the cinematics you'd expect from Metal Gear.
you create your own cinematics with how you infiltrate places.
The gameplay is the best it's ever been in a Metal Gear game.
Absolutely. It's so fluid and smooth.
Even the upgrading system works so well. How you can control the base to like push progress.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm not a big fan of swapping weapons on the field anyway. I usually have my setup the way I have my setup for a reason.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty cool though. You can pick up enemy weapons. I don't think it adds it to your setup list though.
No.
I think it's just during that mission you'll have that weapon. But in the end, the biggest complaint I did have about it overall is the way you can equip secondary primaries, I guess you could call it. You know, it's like if you have a sniper rifle, you can't equip like a grenade launcher also.
Right.
You have to swap out your automatic machine gun that's silenced and is so beautiful for every mission if you want a grenade launcher.
Right.
I can't just put it in that spot where my fucking sniper rifle is, which I don't really want to use anymore. Choices. That's a complaint I guess I should have kept back in the complaint section.
Well, I mean,
Primary weapons should be primary. You should be able to swap as you please.
they tried to make it a little more realistic as far as equipment that you can carry around.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I mean, like...
Assholes.
Instead of Snake carrying around 20 guns and 4 different rocket launchers and grenade launchers, it's kind of like, okay, you can have one of each, basically.
I'm still saying you should be able to equip any primary weapons you want. I'm saying still 2.
Yeah.
Still 2 like they said. They make
2.
you switch. But any 2.
Gotcha.
I was really, sad of the fact I couldn't have my silenced fucking fully automatic weapon with my grenade launcher.
Yeah.
The grenade launcher is smaller than the sniper rifle.
It really is.
It would have made more sense.
Especially the one I got. Did you see that bitch? That motherfucker is
That shit was
8
huge.
feet long. It's got a suppressor on it. It's ridiculous.
You had the fucking Sephiroth of fucking sniper rifles.
So, we're not going to talk about the story. We're going to save that for now. We might do a retrospective
I'd say
later
probably a
on.
month or 2 down the road we'll
Yeah.
add it just because we did a retrospective on everything else.
Yeah.
And if you're actually interested in Metal Gear, you would have already played it by this point.
Yeah.
There's fucking Redbox kiosks with it in their fucking shit for $1 a day. Go rent it, you cheap bitch.
So, we're not going to talk about the story. Let's start off with graphics.
Fucking beautiful.
Fucking ridiculously beautiful. For a console system?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There's a couple times I've caught it and been like, jeez.
Even-
this is great.
Official wife of the podcast walked through the room, which, by the way, I have to give a shout out to her because I've been playing a lot of fucking Metal Gear lately, and she's been putting
She's
up with
tolerated your stupid ass.
it. Yes, and I have to give a shout out to her for that because she knows how much I've been looking forward to this game, and I wanted to play as much as I could before the podcast so I could talk about it.
Well, official child of the podcast, Kyron, does not approve of this game, and he will not let me play.
All right. But she was walking through the room, and she was like, "Is that a real dog? Like, you have a dog?" And she's like, "Is that a real dog?" And I was like, "No, it's the game." Yeah, it looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I even said that back when it came out with Ground Zeroes. Everything in that fucking demo looks great.
Yeah,
I paid money for it. I don't care. It was a demo. I still wanted it.
it was a demo. Yeah.
I still bought fucking PSN magazines when I wanted demos, didn't I?
Yeah,
What's wrong with paying for a fucking demo?
it's a good point.
Hey, it's one we never thought about until just now.
Yeah.
I really didn't until I was thinking about Metal Gear Solid 3. We went out and bought a magazine just to play the demo.
We sure as hell did.
So I've already paid for demos. I don't mind. Game was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Everything about it. Still, I can't think of any of the graphics that are not amazing in that game.
No, I haven't seen anything that's been like, oh, that looks a little weird. No.
And it's so
Everything.
crazy that it holds up at 60 frames per second flawlessly.
Yeah. Good times. I like it a lot.
Props to you, Hideo. That's probably why they got so mad at you. You developed a new engine just for this game.
Yeah. Apparently, the budget for this game was $80 million, which is
I wonder how far over he went.
Ridiculous for a game.
Yeah, I know he went over.
Oh, totally.
He had to have. That's probably why Ground Zeroes came along. He was like, oh, we're through how much of the budget?
We need to sell something.
We need to sell something now to get it back.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
All right.
I bought it.
Sound we already talked about a little bit. We talked about the music and how the music is, other than the licensed tracks.
It's a little lackluster.
Yeah, I would say so.
It could have been incorporated better, especially from such a rich history as Metal Gear.
Yeah, but the sound effects themselves play a huge part.
Oh, they're spot on.
Yeah, they're spot on, but they play a huge part in the game also.
Yeah.
Especially before you get the dog, because you kind of have to listen to what's going on.
You have to have an attention of what's attention. I'm just going to let you talk.
Yeah.
Shut up, because obviously I'm stupid.
So you might think that you scouted all the enemies in the base, but you start running up, and then all of a sudden you hear footsteps, and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
That's not showing up on my fucking HUD.
No, not at all. So then you realize you didn't fucked up. And
You done goofed.
There's another guy who's about to see you, so...
Or the other guy already did see you, and it's putting you into the fucking slow-mo mode.
Yeah. So, sound effects great, music a little lackluster. I think we agree on that. So let's talk about gameplay.
Everything about it's flawless.
Like we said, it's the smoothest a Metal Gear game has ever been.
The weapons all function beautifully. The way it worked to go through third person and first person is fucking great. I can't... is there anything... Fuck the bears? Have you encountered a bear?
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck the bears. I tried to save him and I ended up murdering him.
Duh, bears.
Bears.
Yes, it took many, many trank rounds.
You saved the bear?
Yeah.
I murdered the shit out of him. He pissed me off and I pulled out the sniper rifle and just started popping shots between the head.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm trying to save you.
It took many, many tranquilizer rounds to get that fucker down.
Well, I'm glad to know that somebody else tried and succeeded, because I was like, he can't be tranked.
No,
I've shot him in the forehead like 400 times.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot.
I'll remember that for the next time when I fucking shoot the goddamn fucker in between the eyes again.
So I think the big departure for this game, as opposed to the other Metal Gear games, the other Metal Gear games are very linear.
Very linear compared to this.
Yeah, you go through the story, pretty much, unless you're increasing difficulty levels, the enemies all have the same pattern of what they do.
4 was a little more open than usual.
A little more, yeah.
Compared to 5, it was completely straightforward.
This one's completely, quote-unquote open world. So the first part of the game takes place in Afghanistan. It's a very big area. It's got multiple bases in it.
Massive.
Yeah.
I have not yet tried to go outside of the mission parameters.
It just tells you you're leaving.
Does it give you a timer to tell you to stop or anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's somewhat still linear.
Yeah. A little
but
bit.
It gives you a pretty vast open area in most missions.
So you can actually, if you're doing a side op, you can drop off, go do the side op, and instead of getting back on the helicopter, you just go do another side op. Or you can run to a completely different base if you want to and just capture guys or whatever.
So basically, once you drop into a side op, it gives you freedom.
Yeah, you have complete free roam. You can do anything you want.
Okay.
So it's not like the regular missions, like the story missions, you're confined to this one area. When you do a side op, you can do anything you want. You can go across the entire map.
That's good to know, sort of.
Yeah.
I might have a dumb night where I'm just like, let's go recruit soldiers.
Hey.
All of them. You have a gun, you have a place with me.
So, yeah, this game is it does not feel like any other Metal Gear game ever.
And as a huge fan, I'm still going to say it knocked it right out of the fucking park.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the one thing I see a lot of complaints about is that the game gets too repetitive. Which I can see why people would say that.
Yeah.
Because, alright, so you're in Afghanistan. I'll just throw a number out there. Let's say there's 20 bases in this area that you're in. If you do different missions and you go to the same bases, but the enemy layout is always different. Their equipment changes. Sometimes they have shields on the back and you can't trank them from the back like I like to do.
Yeah, that's why they got trank shields now.
Yeah. So, the It changes on how you play the game, and as you get further in the game, things get a little more difficult. The enemies aren't always going to be in the same spot. They aren't always going to follow the same pattern.
No, they're definitely completely random. And sometimes when you get the notification you've been seen, but you haven't actually been seen, some guards will choose to ignore it. Yeah. Some guards will completely pursue it and be like, "No, I saw."
Oh yeah, they'll fucking run across the world to find it.
And it's completely random. You don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And I love that about it.
Yeah. So I could play the same mission twice and complete it 2 different ways.
Everything about that can be completed different. That's what's great about it.
Yeah. I mean, I take more of the stealth, crawl around, take my time approach.
And I usually use running guns, but I've been much more patient this time.
Yeah.
Because I really want to get everything out of this. This is the last Kojima Metal Gear I'm going to get.
Yeah.
It's not like Metal Gear Solid 3 where I'm like, there's going to be another, just give me an automatic, let's roll.
Right. Let me slit some throats.
This one, it's like, all right, let me try and get the full experience. I've gotten frustrated and just been like, you know what? Let me put down the trank gun and pick up my grenade launcher, and let's see how that changes it.
Right.
I've done that a couple times. But I've had fun.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
everything I've done, even when I've gone through, and I've had times where I've spent 45 minutes on a mission.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Just in the same area, and I've died. And I've just been like, I got to do all that again.
Yep.
I don't regret it, because I get to go back and I get to reevaluate what I did. I know more when I go in.
I don't remember what mission it was, but one mission took me an hour and a half. And I would, again, I want
to say that was probably the 5th mission in for me, because I fucked up because I wasn't paying attention. It might not even been that. It was 4 or 5. It was early, and it was just like, oh, you got to find these communication ports. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You got to find communication. I was thinking there was going to be 1 per base.
Gotcha.
Didn't realize all 3 were on the
all
same.
All 3 were there, yeah.
So I found one, and I was like, fuck yeah, come here, D-Horse. And I rode all the way across the map to another base and started scouting it and everything. Found one, and I blew it up, and I'm like, why didn't I get it? Okay, it's fine. I know I did my job. And I went to the next one, I blew one up, and I was like, that's 3. Why is this not done?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you're a fucking idiot. That's why this isn't done. They even said it in the statement, on this location,
right?
There's 3 communication satellites.
Yeah, there's another mission that you do, and your target is in like this one base, and there's another communications base over to the east. So you can run right into your objective and fucking go at it and try to, complete the mission, but they call reinforcements from that other base. So if you go to that other base first and take out the
knocked out that base, they can't do anything about it.
Exactly. So it completely changes the way that you view the mission and play the game, and that's what I love about it, is that level of flexibility.
If you look at any game, it's all repetitive. Unless you're playing WarioWare. I'm just saying, every game has a certain point where it's like you're doing the same thing you've already done.
Well, so, like, this guy I was talking to online the other night, he was like, yeah...
Oh, were you looking for bitchboyhookup.com?
No.
Just checking.
He was like, yeah, I hop on the horse, I go to one base, I extract the target, I go to another base, I get the piece of intel, but, it's all the same. And I'm like, well, that's, like you said, that's any fucking game. Like, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, the first one, we both played that.
Yeah.
Played the shit out of it. Every game's the same.
It's follow this guy to the next point where everything starts again.
Yeah. And even when you're doing multiplayer, every game's the fucking same. Go find the other team and kill them.
It's just basically an easy reason to bitch for people, I guess. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But, like I said, I realize I'm doing it. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun. I may be doing, I'm rescuing a hostage, or I'm getting the info, but what I'm doing is pressing the story forward, which is what I'm there for.
Right.
So when I'm done that mission, I get more of the story, and I get to understand more of why I'm there and what I'm doing.
So to kind of put a lid on the whole thing, I wanted to talk about the Mother Base. Because this is something new to the main series. It was in Peace Walker.
Yeah.
And this one, it's a little more fleshed out as far as what you can do and stuff like that. So when you're going through doing missions, you can either run and gun and kill the guys, or you can try to knock them out and recruit them to your team. Which, I
It's got to be
prefer
kind of
doing it.
rough.
Yeah.
Online, because it's going to be base versus base. So you got a front line. It's not just like sneak, 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 sneak. Or is it sneak, 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 sneak?
You can.
Oh.
You can.
See, that's got to be rough, though.
Yeah.
It's got to be fun, though.
Yeah, I'm just not keen on losing any soldiers, but...
No, I don't want to lose any of my soldiers either.
Yeah, so basically all your upgrades and shit like that, it all comes from Mother Base. So the higher level your team is, the more shit you can develop.
Yes.
So you start out with like...
Why would you want to lose your R&D department because some guy was like, hey, I want to fight you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nah, I'm okay. I don't want to fight you. I want to play Metal Gear.
So basically, you start out with your Trent gun and your machine gun, and then as you level your base up, you're like, oh, you can develop a sniper rifle now. And shit like
It's
that.
like, oh, I can develop C4.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can develop... The bigger your groups get, the better things you can equip yourself with.
Yeah, so it's not like previous Metal Gears where you just find the item, or in the case of 4, you buy it from somebody.
Yeah, before it was like, you found this weapon, now you can pick up this ammunition type.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, you have a team who works on this shit, develop the weapon, and request the ammunition while you're playing.
Yeah.
Which I love.
We didn't even talk about that, the supply drops and shit.
Oh, dude, when you're sitting there and you're like in a hairy part of a fucking mission and you're sitting there trying to be quiet and you're tranking everybody and that suppressor wears off and you just hear it go, pow! And everybody's allergic. You're like, fuck me.
Yeah, I learned very quickly, call in supplies, get a new suppressor.
I pay very close attention to that suppressor meter.
Yeah.
The first time it happened, I was like, what the fuck? I'm using the trank gun. Why is everybody on my ass? It was crazy.
Yeah.
The whole base is like instant alert mode once they hear that first pop of a bullet.
Yep, you're done.
Yeah, but you learn and you adjust and you adapt.
Yeah.
That's what that whole game is about. You figure out what's going on. If you make a mistake, you learn from it and you do something differently.
Yeah.
Which
All right.
you can't say often, can you? From
No.
any type of game.
No, not at all.
No, even games that say, oh yeah, it's open world, it still boils down to a certain point. You're doing a mission, you do it the way they want you to do it.
Yeah.
Metal Gear, it's like, there's something in that base. Good luck.
Yeah, go find it. However you want, go get it.
Any options you feel like, if you want to fucking throw out a distraction by throwing out a flare helicopter charge, you get the whole base, be like, why is this whole area of the base lit up? Turn the back of every soldier, make it easy to sneak in, do it that way. You want to say, fuck it, I have a grenade launcher and mini grenades?
You want to snipe people from across the map?
You know what the fucked up part is? The first time I got a sniper rifle, I was so hype. I was like, I'm going to pick this fucking watchtower guy off from across the map. No problems. That was the first mission the enemy had a sniper. Picked him off of the tower, and the first thing I see is a red beam dangling around me. I was like, what the fuck? They're like, enemy sniper. I was like, I just got a sniper rifle. Why? This is so unfair.
That's why.
And then the second time I snuck in and I found the sniper, I was very happy.
And take that fucker out.
Oh, I slammed him, fucking questioning him, stabbed him in the throat. And then I just started picking off fools left and right.
Good stuff. Good
It
stuff.
is. It's so fucking great how you can change the outcome of everything. Because like I said, it just so happened to be on that mission is when I was like, oh, let me pick up a sniper rifle. That was the mission he was there. I found that sniper. I took him out. I sniped to my heart's content after that. He was supposed to be there.
Right.
He was always going to be in that mission. It wasn't just because I got a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
I just chose to wait that long to get a sniper rifle. But man, once I snuck up on him, popping motherfuckers for days, son. Just sitting in the background like, oh, you look like you're ready to be done.
Alright, so best game ever.
Definitely, best game ever, and I cannot wait to see how this story comes together.
I'm pretty far into the game. But, I don't know if you want to call it a bad thing or not. There hasn't been many boss fights. There's been like 3, I would say.
I have. It's kind of a spoiler, not really, because if you played the intro, you know about the big guy on fire.
Yeah.
I've heard you can actually fault on him.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw it pop up on my newsfeed today, and I was like, should I read this? Because that's got to be far in the game. So I clicked on it, and I started reading, and it was like, When this happens and I closed it instantly, I was like, goddamn spoilers.
Okay, yeah, we won't talk about it anymore. Best game ever.
Best game ever, definitely. And I cannot wait to beat it and play it again to see what I can do differently.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We are going to come back, and I'm going to get into some
That's a great place to go.
I know, right? I was going for Metal Man.
Metal Man. Isn't that Mega Man 2?
Yeah.
Metal Man, the best weapon of all time.
Best weapon ever, for sure.
Jesus Christ. All directions?
Yeah, all directions. It doesn't take a lot of energy.
And it does every time you use it.
No, we're going to talk about Mega Man X boss battles.
Rejected boss battles.
Yeah.
Why would you want them on your team? Stick around and find out.
Hello again, everybody.
I've been waiting for this all week.
So I have some of my Metal Gear.
Metal Gear!
Damn it! Metal Gear's on the
We've
line.
fucked this
Jesus.
up so many times.
Mega Man X rejected bosses.
Yes. Da, 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 da. This is where they get turned down.
Yes.
Maybe. Some did make it in. We've played them. We fought them.
Oh, man. I can't wait for this. All right.
It's going to be good times. This is going to be almost as good as Spoiler Alert next week. Maybe. Here we go.
All right. So the first one I'm going to open up should be an easy one. We've talked about it before. I was like, let's just get it out of the way. Let's get it done. Let's finish it.
So it's like Mega Man 3 when there's like, you see there's a boss called Top Man. That's a real thing.
Top
That's not
Man.
a joke.
No, that's a
It's
real
like-
thing.
This must be the easiest one. Top Man.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah.
All right.
He's one of the ones that made it past somehow, and it's like, no, well, fuck it. We'll do it live. Oh my god, that was the first one this episode? We made it pretty deep.
Yeah, we did. Made it pretty deep.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
This is giggle juice, right?
This isn't daddy juice anymore. This is just giggle juice.
All right. So first one, and I have the bosses as well as their description.
Yeah, you do your thing. I just make up abilities.
I have their 2 abilities, and then you tell me what Mega Man gets.
I'm working with it.
All right. First one, paraplegic octopus.
Oh, you went with the guns blazing.
We
That's
did.
not fair.
Description, lost his arms in an unfortunate... I can't even get through it.
Oh my god, it's over.
Lost his arms in an unfortunate incident.
Do we
While
know what the
filming
incident
Japanese
is? Oh, dude.
Jesus!
He was a hentai star?
He was.
Oh, that had to be one hell of a backbreaker move.
He does have a sweet floating wheelchair, though.
God damn it. At least it floats.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever floats your boat.
All right, first ability, handicap parking.
Fuck yeah.
Parks right up next to the boss room at the end of the Mega Man stage.
That shit pisses me off when I walk by people and I don't see... I check for handicap tags, too. I'm like, you can't park there.
All right. Ink shot.
Alright.
Shoots an ink blast at Mega Man. Unfortunately, since he's in a sweet floating wheelchair, the ink just gets all over himself, giving new meaning to the phrase sharding yourself.
Aww.
Oh,
Poor guy. So I guess we need to figure out his ability now?
What ability does he get?
Mega Man equips the ability, goes to use it, points the cannon out, and falls over paralyzed and face plants and loses half of his life.
Loses all of his limbs.
Not to mention a lot of his dignity.
Right.
The big threat just face planted for no reason.
Alright, second boss.
Yes.
Incoherent iguana.
Okay.
Wears brightly colored mismatched clothes because he's a little out there.
Hey, some people say he was a child of the 90s.
It could be. I like to think of him as the guy from Nightmare on Elm Street 5, the comic guy.
The comic guy?
Yeah, who wore really bright clothes.
You mean the child of the 90s?
Yeah, exactly. First ability.
Yes.
Tail break.
Oh, shit.
Randomly and for no reason will break away his tail. The tail falls to the ground and just kind of squirms there for a second.
Does it have protein? What was that?
That was the e-cig. Don't worry about that.
All right. Does it have protein?
He's taking care of wrestling business. Does it have protein? Sure. Why not?
All right. Well, could be helpful for Mega Man.
Second ability.
All right.
Incoherent blabber. Starts talking about random things, like how you don't have to wait for the Earth to spin on a 46-degree axis in order to see the Big Dipper. Because the Big Dipper... the Big Dipper is at work.
What? The Big Dipper's at work.
The Big Dipper is at work and currently filing his taxes.
What does the Big Dipper do for work?
Who knows?
What kind of tax breaks do you get as the Big Dipper? Hey, I'm not the Little Dipper, okay? I'm like the Donald Trump of dippers.
Oh my god, I love this segment.
It's a good one. Alright, I guess I gotta give him an ability. This is gonna be kind of tough.
Alright, so we have tail break and incoherent blabber.
When you use his ability, you remember the ending of every 1990s TV show, including Dinosaurs, Saved by the Bell.
I was going to say Saved by the Bell.
And of course, Mighty Max, where it continues in a continuous loop, starting from beginning to end.
Okay.
Did you ever see the ending to Mighty Max?
No, I did not.
His companions die, and he gets the ability to relive his entire existence with them, and he jumps in the portal, and it starts from episode 1 again, and just keeps going.
Oh, yeah. I love time loops.
Hell, sometimes it works.
Yeah.
It does with this chameleon. What the
What
fuck is the letter S?
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Alright. Elastic Eagle.
What the fuck? Alright.
Entire body is made of elastic because Sigma was running short on money and time. He can't fly, but boy, can he slingshot himself a long way.
Here I go!
First ability. Slingshot Slam.
It sounds like something the WWE hasn't picked up on yet.
He jams his beak into the ground and walks backwards, building up tension before finally picking up his feet and flying straight ahead.
I hope he never starts with that attack because the wall's behind him.
Only problem is that it takes him 3 minutes from start to finish.
I'm gonna kick your ass, just stay there.
Second one, body stretch. He expands his entire body, although he doesn't seem to realize this serves no purpose, as it just makes him a bigger target for Mega Man.
His ability. Mega Man gets the ability to be Mr. Fantastic. He realizes he's a flop and should sell his rights. Choo, 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 choo. I think it's about a good ability, right?
Sell his rights.
Fuck you, Fox. Give it back. Alright, we're good.
Next boss.
Alright.
Hold on.
Oh my god. This is killing him. I don't think he's going to make it past tonight. We haven't even made it halfway through the battle.
Bluetooth Basilisk.
Oh no. We're incorporating Sony technology?
Wears a Bluetooth headset into battle. Loves it so much that he went through the trouble of having one of his fangs removed and replaced with a Bluetooth dental implant. What a dick.
I bet he hangs out at fucking Starbucks too.
First ability. Hold on for a second. Basilisk stops the fight to talk to his douchebag coworker on his Bluetooth.
Talking about their fucking 3-day weekend coming up. Oh, what a dick.
Second ability. The Bluetooth Bite. Basilisk chomps down on Mega Man with his Bluetooth. Just to be clear, it's the Bluetooth in his mouth. Unfortunately, he went to the cheap Maverick dentist, and the tooth immediately shatters upon impact. Now he's just Bluetoothless Basilis.
It's like when you use the ability on Flame Mammoth with the scissors and it cuts off the trunk, except for he does it to himself.
Yeah.
Oh, God. His ability, when you start talking to him, you basically become invincible because you just start talking and not paying attention to what the fuck you're doing. Every enemy you walk by, they're like, oh, you talking to me? Oh, you're not talking to me? Oh, okay. Wow, I feel stupid. Fuck people that do that.
Oh, man. I hate that shit.
Hey, when I'm like, hey, man, it's like, hey, what's up? Oh, that guy's not talking to me.
I have 2 double A bosses.
Double A?
So I have a quadruple A.
You got quadruple A's? That's almost a B cup.
I know. First one, anorexic ant.
Okay. Anorexic ant.
He's thin, fragile, and weak.
It's kind of like my sensibility.
Although ants can carry 50 times their weight, being anorexic, this ant only weighs 1/10 of a normal ant.
Oh my god, he's so small.
First ability, try harder.
Try harder?
Attempts to bite Mega Man, but he can't. He's just too weak. Plus, he's not really that hungry anyway.
I would bite you, but I'd just throw you up later.
Antenna array. Uses his antennae.
Antennae!
Antennae. Uses his antennae to communicate with other nearby robots. Unfortunately, this is powered by his food intake.
That poor bastard. Alright, his ability. As soon as you equip it and you attack, you just start vomiting. Uncontrollably. Because Mega Man ate a lot of power pellets.
Yeah, he did.
He ate a lot of recharge abilities, and now his life is just draining as he's stuck. Robot vomiting everything. But at least when he's done, he's like, I look beautiful.
Oh, man.
Oh, great.
Alright, the second double A.
I look great. Sorry.
Second ability. Or, excuse me, second double A.
Second double A.
Arachnophobic arachnid.
Oh my god, his life is a living hell.
A self-hating...
No.
A self-hating / self-fearing spider.
He's emo.
He's come to terms with the fact that he's a spider, but he just doesn't like it.
Alright, this might be a little racy, but it reminds me of that Chappelle Show skit where he was...
The black-white supremacist.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's great.
First ability. 8 Eyes of Doom.
Alright.
His eyes don't do anything, but they're weird and gross. He has 8 of them. Why do creatures need 8 eyes? Stop looking at me, spider.
Oh god. I can't breathe.
Second ability. Web of Lies. Pathological liar. He's not okay with the fact that he's a spider.
Oh, dude, you're a spider. No, I'm not. I have a genetic defect and I was born with multiple arms. You're a fucking robot. You're a robot. You're a towel.
No, you're a towel.
Oh, that's awesome. I love him. I want the plush. Does he have a plush out yet?
Why not?
Alright. He needs an ability. Mega Man instantly drops down a mirror upon use and realizes that he is in fact a robot and not a human. He punches mirror until arms are destroyed and just lays there sobbing about how he wants to be a real boy. AKA Pinocchio syndrome.
Alright. Oh, man.
Oh man, I don't know how many of these I can take.
I have 2 more.
I'm running out of giggles.
2 more.
Alright.
So, keeping up with our crocodile theme.
Oh, we gotta keep a croc.
I did a croc, you did a croc.
Now you're back to be a
I'm
croc
back
of shit.
to being... Cocaine crocodile.
Oh my god, no! Not him! Anybody else? At least the fucking coffee crocodile I made up was giving it to Mega Man. This guy's gonna go off the fucking rails. Literally, he's railing lines to...
Bro.
Give me another rail!
Brother of calming and cappuccino crocodile. Wears a business suit at all times and carries around a leather briefcase. Before you ask, yes, the briefcase is made of crocodile leather.
It better be. He's only a robot crocodile. He's not a real one.
Exactly. First ability.
Yes.
Magic dust.
Fuck yeah.
Snorts his happy magic dust and goes completely batshit insane for about 15 seconds. Then he calms down and takes another bump.
Can I add to that and say within those 15 seconds we hear at least one, fuck your couch!
Sure. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hell yeah.
Second ability. Briefcase junk. Opens up his briefcase, finds a random object, and tosses it at you. It's normally just wadded up paper.
Yeah, maybe he should stop trying to make these appeals in his business deal that he doesn't even associate with because he doesn't have a fucking job. Goddamn crocodile. You're a maverick.
He is a maverick. Literally.
Not even figuratively. Alright.
Last boss.
Oh, I didn't give him an ability.
Oh, shit.
Mega Man gets the...
Mega Man.
Mega Man.
Alabama Man.
He shoots out the biggest rail out of his arm. And he avoids everybody on the stage because he's just face planting that shit. He's running it like a vacuum that he got from
invincible.
Vacuum Man. No, Dust Man. I'm sorry. Back
Dust
in
Man.
Mega Man like 6 or something. He still has that ability, but he does it for Coke now.
Okay.
He shoots through the whole stage, blasts through the fucking wall barriers, and crushes through the enemy as he's falling down in his descent to introduce himself, before falling into a miserable heap crying about his job and the way the government is changing everything and destroying his taxes. That fucking business suit stuck with him in that programming, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he did.
Alright.
Last boss.
Wish I could get a bigger tax break. Hey. How's it going?
Last boss.
Alright.
Wiggle, 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 whale.
My God, I hate you so much. Does the stage music change from normal boss music to...
I was so hoping you would have beer in your mouth for that one.
I'm so glad I didn't. I want to keep this microphone. Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 whale.
I'm fighting to avoid a drink now at this point. Alright.
Description. Dances around happily as that damn song plays out of his implanted speakers. He's pretty big, right up there with Forton Frog. But he's so enraptured with that song that he really doesn't care about anything else.
He's proud, and he don't need nobody to tell him what his body looked like.
First ability.
Alright.
He starts humming Wiggle, Wiggle, Wiggle. Driving everyone around him insane because now they can't get that fucking song out of their head.
It's in mine now, I'm not gonna lie. I can just hear the...
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Whale.
Can we pause and go listen to that? His powers are affecting me.
Second ability. After the hum session is over, he dances around, allowing the booty to truly hit the floor, causing minor earthquakes in the stage. God damn it, man. Pick a different song.
Does anybody have anything else on their MP3 player? Can't take this anymore. His ability that he gives to Mega Man? Mega Man becomes the world's strongest twerker. He starts slamming that booty all up on the stage, and it's just fucking over. Watch that donk-a-dunk.
Is that video on YouTube?
Mega Man twerking?
Mega Man twerking.
I hope we get big so some animator hears this and does Mega Man twerkathon.
Please do that.
As soon as you hit the button, though, it just goes... and you just see the butts...
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. The violent wiggles.
I think that one isn't rejected. That one should be in a game. Sigma, that should be his weakness, is Mega Man twerking. Even Zero just stops in to go, damn!
Oh, man. I love that segment.
Oh, man. I just thought of a new fucking boss, too. That's
Save
great.
it.
I'm trying my hardest.
All right, last break. We're going to come back and wrap this gavel up, B.
Yeah, we're going to be this ravel up gap.
Oh my god, I'm so having a nerdgasm.
Let's wrap this gavel up, B.
Let us wrap this gavel be up. Still can't do it. You fucked it up. I fucked it up.
All right, so let's get into our nerdgasms that we got this week. What songs did you use last week, buddy?
Last week I used to open the show, now this is a big one. Get your brain ready. It's called Let Me Know That You Know What You Want Now by Atmosphere. Great band.
That is quite the title.
Indie rap group. It's not your normal type of rap, as you could probably hear from the intro. Mm-hmm. Definitely anything from his catalog is well worth checking out. I love Atmosphere. The next, we went into fucking Nightmare, so I used the TV spot, the 30-second spot. I tried to use one of the trailers, but they were all like 2.5, 3 minutes long.
Yeah.
So I went with the TV spot for A New Nightmare, which listed off one of the movies that you said you were like, I didn't even know he made that movie. What was it? Something about the stairs?
People Under the Stairs.
People Under the Stairs. They mentioned that like right at the beginning, and I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then of course after the fantasy fiction, I used fantasy fiction theme song from Fantasy Fiction Podcast. Check them out. Of course, I'm going to say that again. Yeah, definitely check them out. You can search them on iTunes. They're the only ones. So, yeah, I use that because it's a badass theme.
Yeah.
Like, if we had a theme like that, I wouldn't need something different every week.
No, it would go from 6 to midnight.
Fuck yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Why do I feel stupid all of a sudden?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yeah.
It just went from 6 to midnight.
And, of course, to close the show out, I had to pick a DVDA song, and I went with Let's Build a Snowman. I did chop it a little bit because there's 2 parts to that song.
Yeah.
But I ended it beautifully, I thought.
I thought so, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I had fun. Jesus!
That was good.
Thank you.
So my nerdgasms this week. Number 1, Metal
Gear.
fucking Gear.
Fuck yeah, you took mine, so we got a joint gasm again.
Alright, yeah.
Game's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a complete masterpiece. It is the best game of this new era yet.
Absolutely. I would totally agree with that.
I can't think of one better.
No,
So
not at all.
maybe it's Gears of War remastered, or Tomb Raider remastered, or Last of Us remastered, or do we have original games anymore?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
We've run out of ideas.
Alright, second one, motherfucking football.
It's back. Oh, God, another joint guy. You're taking all my gasms. I got to think of a new one. All right, good, go.
Alright, so yeah, we had our first game on Thursday night. Patriots cheated again. Surprise, surprise.
Hey, what do you expect?
Yeah, but this Sunday we have a full-fledged fucking array of football. I am so excited. I cannot fucking wait.
Me and Kyron tomorrow night will be wearing our jerseys. I'll be laughing at him because he has an RG3 jersey.
Oh.
Hey, his first fucking Redskins game, and I'm going to be laughing at him because of his jersey. Great.
Not second.
Second.
Ship-a-dip-a-dip.
Second to none. That's what the show is to me. Tried to make it epic. Yeah.
You did pretty good.
No.
My third nerdgasm. Super Therapy is back.
You said you posted that on my Facebook.
Yes. So Super Therapy is done by Barely Political, the same guys that do Key of Awesome.
The Key of Awesome.
Super Therapy is basically superheroes that go to therapy sessions. It's fucking great. I love it. They haven't done a new one in like 2 years. Finally did a new one, and it's the Joker from Suicide Squad going in for his therapy session.
Yes, it was quite hilarious.
Good stuff. I love it. So Super Therapy, check it out if you haven't seen it already. My favorite episodes from that, real quick. The Flash is great because he snorts cocaine.
I thought that's what he did already.
That one and Captain America is awesome.
All right. Well, check them out, internets.
Yes.
My only differentiating one from yours is Danganronpa, the anime I took the time to watch. I talked about it previously. You gave an idea. I was like, oh, it's the story of high school students having to commit a murder to get out of the high school. I took the time to actually watch it, and it was fucking great. Everything about it, I loved it. All the characters, the way they're all developed and everything. Of course, it has the whole anime cliches here and there, but all in all together, definitely like halfway through, you're completely hooked, and you want to see every episode. I was like, gotta go to work tomorrow, but I gotta watch this. I want to know what happens.
Right.
It was a great show. So, yeah, other than that, Metal Gear and football, heard they're a thing. I'm down with that. That's going to be orgasms.
Yeah, that football thing, that's going to be big.
So I do have one that you probably weren't suspecting, which I made sure I didn't mention to you just in case you hadn't seen it. Maximilian's Mortal Kombat Legacy video.
No.
Videos. After I got done, because you mentioned it last week, you were talking about the Versus Series Legacy. They do an entire Mortal Kombat Legacy series.
Okay.
I stopped on episode 14.
Jesus!
There's a lot, and it's great. He does a really awesome job. He's got a couple guests here and there. It was really fun to like go back and hear him saying the same things we said about these games when we were playing them. So it's really cool. And he even has like after he's done, he goes back to like the older games, and it's like hilarious fatalities / endings, and you get to watch the bad fatalities and the bad endings, where it's like the groan-inducing ones, where when you see them, you're like, really? That's a fatality.
That was a thing, really.
It's like, that's his ending? It heavily focuses, when it talks about endings, on 4. We can all agree those were some of the worst endings in Mortal Kombat history.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely the Mortal Kombat Legacy series from Maximilian Dude. I think that's his YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Maximilian Dude with 2 O's, not a D-U-D.
D-O-O-D.
Yeah, definitely check him out. Dude's awesome. He's a great part of the fucking FGC type area.
Yeah.
And it was awesome to see him in the Royal Rumble when they did the Ultra Street Fighter Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So, another big tournament. I should have another one. There's a huge fucking... It's probably going to be over when you hear this, but we got a lot of top fucking 8s going on tomorrow. There's a Mortal Kombat X top 8, Ultra Street Fighter top 8, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom top 8, a DUI top 8,
DUI,
a Dead or Alive 5 top 8, and there's another one too. What was it? Oh, Guilty Gear XR top 8 tomorrow. All day tomorrow is going to be top 8s fighting games coming from like Team Spooky and all that. It's a big event. So, it's awesome. There's still people getting points for, of course, the Pro League.
Yeah.
Trying to get into the big one.
Yeah.
Of course, the funny thing is Knuckle Dew was there. He's pretty much already secured his spot.
Yeah.
He was there, and I'm pretty sure he's made it to top 8 too. So
Cool.
Lots of big fighting game matches coming up tomorrow. It's going to be very hard not to just sit there and watch all day.
Yeah.
I got
to balance between that and football.
I got to balance between that, football, and a child. I want to watch all of it at the same time. Especially after Evo, I really am looking forward to the Guilty Gear Xrd finals.
Yeah, that was really good.
Well, they got one hell of a final set up. I don't know the schedule. Who knows when this is going to go up? Probably it's pretty much already going to be mostly over. And by the time you listen to this episode and get to this point, it's probably all going to be over.
Yeah.
But I'm super hyped to be able to watch some big tournaments coming in that are giving points to the pro leagues. So, here we go. Fighting game community, we love you. Yomi. I'm especially excited to see what Yomi does because there were a lot of Yomi players in the top 32 when I stopped watching. So
Cool.
Of course, like I said, I love those guys. They're humble as fuck.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you do. We'll keep watching.
All right. Close this out. Social medias.
Such a Nerd Pod is on Facebook, Twitter, Podomatic, iTunes, Gmail. Am I missing one?
You're not missing one.
Fuck yeah. What's our YouTube?
Such a Nerd Podcast.
There you go. That's the only one that differentiates. I should have never started doing that last week. It's going to become a thing now. I hope you don't hate. So
that's all I got. You got anything?
Oh,
you got to give me your prompts.
Oh, we did
Holy
forget
shit.
something. Next week, Josh is
He's rip.
Josh is writing a story. It's fucking exciting. I have to give him 3 prompts to include in the story he is working on. Are you ready, Josh?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready for this shit.
All right. First one.
Wait, I gotta go take a shit.
You gotta take a shit?
I'm ready for this shit.
Oh, well then pause the podcast, go take a shit.
No, give me your shit.
Can I use my hand as your toilet paper? Oh, that's fucking gross.
All
right,
ready? What are your fucking prompts?
My prompts. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
A grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay.
You keep giving me random items, and I love the steak and cheese, so I figured I'd give you an awkward one.
All right.
All right. Next one. Druids.
Okay.
Or druid. Doesn't have to be multiple.
Okay.
And the third one after that, Raging Blood Demon. And I've just fucked your world up. I love that look on your face after that last one.
I think I can work with the last two. The grilled cheese is going to be tough.
That's the rough one.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to have a sandwich. Fuck. You can shoehorn it in.
Okay.
Just be like, he went to bitch slap that guy after taking a bite of a sweet grilled cheese sandwich. As long as it's there.
All right.
So, wrapping this up, we are getting close to the beautiful autumn season.
Yes, we are.
I'm so excited.
It was so nice outside today. Even though it was raining, it was fucking...
It was raining, but the temperature, there was like no humidity. So awesome.
Good
Worst
stuff.
part about living in Maryland, the humidity is killer.
Yep.
But it's just going to keep getting better and better until it gets worse and worse once we get into winter.
I can deal with winter, because you know what? Winter reminds me of football. Like,
look,
straight up.
Straight up, though? Don't say straight up.
Straight up now,
Straight up. Look, real talk. We got fall. That's like, what, 12 episodes? We got 12 episodes of fucking glory coming. Because the weather's not going to be beating me down and making me go, I don't know how I'm going to go on. You know what I'm saying?
I can't go on.
How am I going to go on? So, yeah, it's
All
going
right, I got some chicken noodle soup and Sprite. It's all good.
And Sprite. Does it come with a basketball commercial like all the Sprite commercials did?
Sure.
Why was that such a thing? It's like, drink Sprite, play basketball.
Yeah, I don't know. When we were growing up, that was fucking rampant.
Everything's stupid. Oh, yeah, let me crash through a wall. Fuck you, Kool-Aid. All right, let's wrap this up. This is, what? This is the second week? It's the second week.
Of?
November.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Show enough?
Wait till the third week of November, because it's gonna get better.
Or September.
It's September? Can we edit that out?
No.
Come on!
when I look up real high, that there's such a big world up there. I'd like to give it a try. But then I sink, 'cause it's here I'm supposed to stay. But I get so lonely down here. Tell me, why does it have to be that way? Up there is so much room, where babies burn and flowers bloom. Everyone dreams, I could dream too. Up there, up where the skies are ocean blue, I could be safe and live without a care. Up there, they say I don't belong, I must stay below alone. Because of my beliefs, I'm supposed to stay where evil is sown. But what is evil anyway? Is there reason to the rhyme? Without evil there can be no good, so it must be good to be evil sometimes.